Hello and welcome to Great Western, and welcome to part 2 of my appreciation of the Cult, the British rock band of the 80s and 90s. You can watch this as a standalone video. If not, please check out part 1. So this video covers what I personally, and this is only my personal view, but what I consider to be the zenith and the Cult's most soaring and dramatic moment of their career. So that moment came on 1989's Sonic Temple album, and the track is Edie, Ciao Baby. The Cult's most soaring and dramatic moment came on their Sonic Temple album in 1989. With a tribute to the troubled protege of Andy Warhol, the actress and model Edie Sedgwick. So I've been aware of her certainly for a few years after this song came out, and I've read and seen things about her life, and dear me, what a tragic life that woman had to put up with. What an absolute tragedy that she died very young. So Edie, Ciao Baby, which is on Sonic Temple, is a song that should need no introduction, but I would contend that it's not as well known as it should be. Let's have a listen to the opening guitars. Chiming arpeggiated guitars, a string quartet, and the beginning of Ian Astbury's heartfelt vocals. That is the introduction to the song. I remember hearing this song going into college on the bus as we drove into Abingdon in the spring of 1990, so I assume by this point the album had probably been out maybe 6 months. I was still an infant in the ways of rock, and I said to my friend, because I couldn't hear the song that well, I said, that's Boston, isn't it? More than a feeling. And he said, don't be daft, he said, that's the Cult. And I was already a fan of the band, and I simply had to check out this new track, and I discovered a swirling, building rock epic, and it is my favourite Cult track. The musical climax of this song showcases both Duffy's extraordinary guitar playing and Ian Astbury's vocals, plus some very muscular bass work from former member Jamie Stewart, driving the music towards its climax. I would say that it's one of the key moments in rock history over the last 40 years. The tragedy of the subject matter, Edie Sedgwick, expressed in the pleading, desperate crescendo of voice, guitars, bass, drums and string quartet. And yet, strangely, this song stalled in the UK at number 32 in the charts, and it did worse in the USA and Canada, which at the time were markets that the Cult was very popular in. Why is that? Well, I suppose that if you're old enough to think back to 1989, it probably wasn't a great year for music. We had Jason Donovan prancing around, Stock Aitken Waterman, and sort of commercialised, sanitised versions of what they used to call acid house or house music. So 1989 was a bit of a dead loss musically, and it seems that the world, unlike 1987 with Electric, the world wasn't really ready for hard rock. So maybe that is the reason why the song stalled. But I think it's absolutely a gross injustice. Let's just hear that climatic part of the song.
Why did you kiss her well goodbye? Ciao baby, got you no paradise next time. Oh ciao baby, ciao baby, yeah. Ciao baby.
Brilliant. If that's not brilliant, I don't know what is. From this glorious height, it was, I suppose, somewhat inevitably to be a bit downhill for the cult from here on in. Even though perhaps Sonic Temple wasn't as big as the band were expecting, the cult didn't hang up their boots, and they released an album in 1991 called Ceremony, which had some very strong singles, which again, sadly, were overlooked. I wonder if any of you watching this would remember this one, which is Heart of Soul. This is the CD single. Remember those? Heart of Soul of the Cult, which also features a wonderful acoustic version of Edie, Ciao Baby, and an acoustic version of this actual track as well. Heart of Soul is for me the standout single of the Ceremony album. I don't remember the Ceremony album, and sadly in the midst of time I don't remember if I actually purchased it, but I did purchase the lead single, which was Wild Hearted Son, but this is the one that I've kept hold of because Heart of Soul is a great song. Let's just have a little listen to that. So, Heart of Soul, the standout track for me from the album Ceremony. Again, it wasn't a particularly successful single, but to my mind it was absolutely great. If you're watching this video, you probably have a copy of this, which is their 1993 or possibly 1994 album. A best of. So yes, the best of the Cult, and obviously it's a really good album. Strangely, they chose to market this album by creating another single with Rick Rubin called The Witch, which was from a movie called The Cool World. I can't say that I remember that. The Witch, to my mind, tries a bit too hard to be cool, 1994 style, and I think as a single it probably sank without a trace, despite having the backing of a movie behind it. So what happened to this wonderful band? Well, the Cult split in the 90s and reformed around the nucleus of Ian Astbury and Billy Duffy several times, and as surely as those two guys are there, the spirit of the Cult will live on. Two more talented musicians and songwriters it would be hard to find. In part one, I mentioned Ian Astbury's, I suppose, obsession. Hey, I was obsessed with things when I was young, so I'll call it an obsession. He was obsessed with Jim Morrison, and in the noughties, he got his wish to actually be the lead singer of a Doors tribute band, and that band featured two of the original members of the Doors. So I can't think of a more fitting person to take the place of the man who called himself the Lizard King. So I bring this musical appreciation of the cult to an end, and I salute Ian Astbury and Billy Duffy and all the musicians who helped along the way. Thank you for some truly inspirational music. You were very successful. You did extremely well. But to my mind, some of your output never got the truly global recognition it deserved, particularly Edie, Ciao Baby. So you will be immortalised in the Great Western Hall of Fame. And take care, and may God bless you and your families, Ian and Billy, and bless all my viewers as well. So, do you think that there is a song that better encapsulates the spirit of the cult? Please let me know in the comments below, or share your cult memories with me. If you've enjoyed this two-parter, then please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching Great Western.